So, The Prodigy is the latest horror film now in theaters, and it is about a little boy who there's something not right with him. His mother thinks, at least, because he's doing strange things. She hears strange noises. She hears possibly a language that comes from his mouth that is very rare. So, a lot of weird stuff is happening with this kid. But at the same time, he is very smart for his age, and it is essentially about her trying to figure out what is wrong with him. This being a horror film, you can probably guess what is wrong with him. But with that being said, for those that might not know, I'm not going to say anything because this is, again, a spoiler-free review. What I will say, though, is that I didn't know too much going into this film. I saw the trailer, I believe, once. This film really didn't get any marketing. And I was like, all right, this could be good. I mean, it's an R-rated horror film, and a lot of horror films as of late have been PG-13, so it's kind of a fresher breath there. It's well acted. This film is well acted. I also liked how this film started. The first two acts, actually, I really enjoyed this film. I found it to be both suspenseful and entertaining at the same time. It had good cinematography, a very creepy score. Same composer who did the Conjuring and Insidious films, so makes sense as to why it's creepy. The production design is very good too, especially considering it is a very low budget film, but it's got high production values, I think. And again, the acting is really good. Taylor Schilling, I believe is her name. She was in Orange is the New Black. She does a really good job as the main role. And I liked how, in the first two-thirds, characters do things that were actually smart. You know, there are certain things that a character does where it's like, oh, wow. Like, an example, this isn't a spoiler. The mom videotapes her sons during his sleep stage as he's speaking another language. Like, she records it. So instead of what most films would be, they would just tell the doctor, oh, my son spoke another language. Then the doctor would be like, oh, well, she might be crazy but nope. In this film, she actually has evidence. And I liked that because, again, I feel as though so many films just kind of gloss over that detail in horror films. And so I liked it, you know, and there are other examples too, but it's not a perfect film. And this film goes downhill really fast in the final act. Like, this film, for me, honestly, I was going to give this probably 4.25. Based on the first two-thirds. But that final act, all the smart decisions that characters made just went downhill because the final act, it is not smart. In fact, I was kind of questioning. I was like, why? Like, why did you have a script that was so careful with its details and everything with the first two-thirds, and then you have a final act where it's not careful at all? In fact, it's very sloppy. Characters do things that make no sense whatsoever, especially given the development that ensued in the first two-thirds. It's very frustrating. If I could boil it down, I would say just leave the theater after the second act. You won't be missing much because, again, there's just stupid things that characters do. It's like horror 101, unfortunately. But nonetheless, The Prodigy, even with that very, very flawed final act, I still can't help but say that this film worked for me, minus the final act. And I would definitely say it's worth a watch. Like, if you were in the mood for a creepy film and you want your dosage of horror, I think this fits the bill. I mean, again, it's not a perfect film by any means, but I enjoyed it for what it was. I think it could have been more, but it's still an enjoyable film for the most part, and that's why The Prodigy, for me, I'll be giving it a 3.5 out of 5-star rating, which is generous, I know, but if it was like a hot sauce rating, it's the good old Texas Pete hot sauce rating. Again, it's no masterpiece. It's no great horror film, but it's still, for me, worth a watch, I'd say. Just, again, look out for that final act because you'll be rubbing your head and you'll be saying, why? Why are these characters doing this? Well, guys, that's my review of The Prodigy. What did you think of The Prodigy? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And as always, don't forget the subscription, notification bell, and I'll catch you guys later.